Hello, this is Dr. Strickland. In this video, we will investigate the nomenclature of disubstituted benzene derivatives. Take a minute to read through these student learning objectives. These are the things you should be able to do by the end of this video so that you're ready for the more difficult things we will do together in class. Now, the relative positions of the two substituents on a disubstituted benzene ring can be indicated either with numbers or with the location prefixes ortho, meta, and para. And these prefixes can be abbreviated. Sometimes for ortho, you'll see an O with a line under it, or sometimes it's italicized. Meta is the same thing with an M. Para is the same thing with a P. Now, the ortho relationship is the same as the 1-2. So if we numbered this benzene ring like this, then you could call it 1,2 dinitrobenzene, or you could call it ortho dinitrobenzene. And you'll see the parallel things for meta and para right over here. Meta is the 1-3 relationship, and para is the 1-4 relationship. So I want you to pause the video and then write the names down here that have to do with the ortho and para system. Sorry, with the ortho meta para system, and then come on back. All right, welcome back. So the 1-3 could be meta dinitrobenzene. And the 1-4 is the para dinitrobenzene. Now, if you've got two substituents and they have the same nomenclature priority, then what you're going to do is you're going to give the one that comes first in the alphabet the 1 if you're doing numbers. So between bromo and ethyl, the bromo is number 1. And so I want you to do the same thing with box 2 and box 3. Number this ring and find carbon 1 and then number around to give the second substituent the lowest possible number. And then come on back. All right, welcome back. So we've got chloro and nitro. So chloro would come first in the alphabet. And fluoro and iodo. So fluoro would come first. And this time we're going to number counterclockwise. All right, so if I'm using the ortho, meta, and para system, then this is the meta one, because I've got the 1-3 relationship, and this is the para one, and this is the ortho one. All right, so this would be meta bromo ethyl benzene. So if you use the numbers, then of course the number on the ring goes with whatever substituent is on that carbon. But if you're using the ortho meta para system, you don't have to do anything with that. Just the relationship between them. All right, so this second one will be para chloronitro. With benzene is the parent. And then ortho fluoroiodo. Now there are some benzene derivatives that have, as you know, that have been around so long that they have their own common name. And so, for example, here in this first one, see this guy here, and this is phenol. And you see in this middle one, this is anisole. And over here on the right, this one is aniline. So if you're doing their common names, then you can name this molecule as a substituted phenol, a substituted anisole, and a substituted aniline. And so if I'm going to use the orthometa-para system as well, so this would be para-bromophenol. All right, so I want you to pause the video and do these other two, and then come on back. All right, welcome back. This one would be orthochloroanisole. And this one over here on the right would be meta-isopropyl aniline. Now, there are a few of these di-substituted benzenes that have been around so long that they have their own common names. If you've got two methyl groups attached to a benzene ring, it's called a xylene. And so since these guys are in the 1,3 positions, this is metaxylene. There is an orthoxylene and a paraxylene. If you have a methyl group and a hydroxyl group, it's called a cresol. And this is a paracresol. And if you have a methyl group and an amino group, it's called a toluidine. Now, these are common names. They do come up some, so I want you to be familiar with them, but you can't use them in systematic names. In fact, the only monosubstituted benzenes that you can use as parents in systematic names are phenol and benzaldehyde and benzoic acid. Okay, for all the rest of them, they're just named as substituted benzenes. And so, you know, if you have substituents that have a higher nomenclature priority, they get a lower number, just like we always have. But this is the basic story on using the ortho, meta, and para system and some of the common names that are still around. So if you have any questions, please send them to me.